Good morning, Web Spiders. Today is Friday. It is December 8th. And we don't actually have any birthdays in the web today, and we don't have any this weekend. But a little birdie told me that some of our December birthdays didn't hear their name announced. So I wanted to go ahead and announce all the December birthdays in case you haven't had time to come to the office and get your birthday backpack charms. So Aeneas DeCamp had a birthday on the 2nd. Mason Ford had one on the 3rd. Mila Greider had one on the 3rd. Kaya Gonzalez had one on the 5th. Kalia Gonzalez had one on the 5th. Lexi Martin had one on the 5th. And Rodrigo Sacristan had one on the 6th. So far, those are all of our birthdays that we've had in the web. So I apologize if you guys were on a field trip or someplace and didn't hear announcements or didn't hear your name called. But now I think we're covered and caught up. Do you have an attitude of gratitude? Do you really? Are you stopping before you push someone or say something mean and thinking, I've got a lot to be thankful for. I've got a warm coat on a cold morning. I had a wonderful parent who got me up and on time for school. I had a bus driver who got me here safely. Are you really stopping and thinking about all the good stuff in your life instead of focusing on the one thing that's happening that's not so good? I need you to do that, guys. We're going to work on it the whole month to really be grateful and have a big, caring heart and not think about the stuff that's just bugging you in the moment, okay? So, got a Band-Aid today. What are we grateful for that has associated with a Band-Aid? Well, we're grateful for Mrs. Hossman. She takes care of us when we're sick or hurt. And Mrs. Hossman's office is a busy place. I don't know if you visited there lately, but typically my own kids, Ben, Maggie, and Kaylee, when they were in school, I would tell them not to go to the school nurse unless it's something that they felt like I needed to come and get them from school and take them home, or if it's something we would go see a doctor for. So if you're just, see if you can make it a little while before you head down there. And if you just need a Band-Aid, I bet you your teacher has one in her classroom or his classroom. So ask for one, because some of those things you can take care of yourself. Okay, so just a reminder, we are so thankful for Mrs. Hossman. She helps us when we really need it. Just use your judgment. Use your best judgment. Okay, gratitude. When we make a habit of gratitude, that means that's the thing we go to first. And do you know, research shows that it takes 21 or 22 times of practicing something to make it a habit. So we'll have to practice this good, grateful attitude every day of the month of December before it's going to be developed as a habit. When we have a habit of gratitude, we have a more positive attitude. So habit of gratitude, positive attitude. This can have a big effect on our everyday lives, like how we do in school and our relationships with our families and friends. If we're positive and happy, the people around you are usually positive and happy, not grumpy or mean. Being grateful can also block bad feelings, and it can boost our mood. So in that moment, if you're feeling a grump or feeling like you're going to poke or punch or say something you shouldn't, stop for just a second and go, wow, I've got my glasses on today. I can see. Be grateful for something. It can change your whole outlook, all right? I'm going to have my 4th grade students step forward from Helping Hands real quick. And Helping Hands has a special thing happening next week. So you guys, representatives, can go ahead.
All next week, Helping Hands representatives will come to classrooms from 7:20 to 7:40 to sell candy grams. Holiday Candygrams will have a candy cane taped to a card that will be delivered to a friend during winter parties on December 20th.
Each candy gram costs 25 cents. Money raised will help support projects that Helping Hand has planned for this year.
Awesome. So next week, every morning, Helping Hands will come around. They cost $0.25. You can send a candygram to a student. You can send a candygram to a teacher. You can send a candygram for Mrs. Hossman if you're grateful for the nurse and how she helps you. Anybody that you want. Okay, anybody that you want at all. So next week, 25 cents candygrams. You can buy as many as you want. Thank you, guys. You'll come right to the classroom, correct? All right, and we'll deliver them to holiday parties. Super, super duper. There's another thing that Helping Hands is doing. So while you're here, I'm going to tell about it, okay? We will be sending out stickers to put in your agendas for each student in our building to bring $1 to school. And we will have a Santa shop open the last week of school, and I can't remember what day it is right now, Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. I think it's Monday, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Doesn't matter. Your sticker will tell when it is and when you need to bring your dollar. And you get the opportunity, like you did last year, to go to the Santa shop and make one special gift to give someone for Christmas. Pretty cool? And I heard this year it's a canvas. So you'll be painting on a canvas will be your special gift. Okay? So more information coming about that. If you guys will step to the side, I'll have my second graders step forward. Last night, kindergarten, second grade dance team and choir was a sellout crowd for our Christmas program. And I don't mean sellout. We didn't sell tickets. We don't charge to get in. However, it was standing room only. And I have to say, having an attitude of gratitude helped a lot of people, because they were grateful that they were there in a warm building to watch a program instead of being grumpy because they didn't have a place to sit, because we were jam-packed. And my heart was full because that many grown-ups came to watch our spiders in a wonderful program. It was just awesome. Okay, Mrs. Clendenning, just hot off the presses, came in. If you turned in homework winners for Mrs. Clendenning, please come to the main office, not Mrs. Clendenning's office, to pick up your prize. Mrs. David's room, we have Max Spongberg, Savannah Chapman, Bella Clemens. Mrs. Taylor's room, Hope Bell. Miss Lazelle's room, Chloe McCoy. Mrs. Bartram's room, Callie Clipp, Michael Huff. Bridges' room, James Gregory. Mrs. Comerford's room, Molly McMillan, Harrison Hobbs, Grace Eaton. Mrs. Rector's room, Kaylee Whitaker and Abigail Wilson. Mrs. Williams' room, Callahan McMillan, Sean Best, and Felix Tisdale. In Mrs. Schott's room, Carissa Tinkle, Emma Losi, and Journey Moore. Mrs. McGuire's room, Camden Mandenbach, Abigail Gonzalez, and Mila Greider. And in Mrs. Bingham's group, Kira McClish, Zoe Clark, and Lizzie Pond. You guys all get a prize. Come to the main office where Mrs. Rainierson and Mrs. McLean are sitting. Huge shout out to Mr. Buchan, Mrs. Williams, Mrs. Hinojosa, Mrs. Cave, Mrs. McLean, Mrs. Rainierson, Mrs. Bridges, Mrs. Rector, Mrs. Honeycutt, Mrs. Pate, Miss Machino. I think that might be everyone for helping with our program last night. It was awesome. Okay, come right here so I can see your pretty faces. A little bit closer. Cambry, right over here. And start right here. Tell us who you are and what class you're from.
My name's Evan Hahn, and I'm in Mrs. Honeycutt's class. My name is Amy Ann Gordon, and I'm from Mrs. Honeycutt's class. My name is Yogi John from Mrs. Honeycutt's class. My name is Mackenzie Spahamick, and I'm from Miss Honeycutt's class.
My name is Cambry Elston from Miss Honeycutt's class.
And at this time, if you'll stand and push your chair in, we'll have a moment of silence. Try to think about things that you're grateful for in this moment of silence, okay? Here we go. And Logan, would you hold that flag for us, bud? Make sure it's your right hand on your heart.
This one?
Yes, you got it. Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And, you know, something told me that some people celebrated at Dairy Queen last night after the program. Me too.
I saw you there.
I know you did. Okay, so that was kind of fun. Let's do our creed. Have a fabulous Friday. You ready for that?
It's too cold for ice cream. I asked my dad if we could go to
When you're in your winter coat in a warm building, it is not too cold for ice cream. Just saying. Okay, here we go.
I asked my dad if we could go to Freddy's.
Here we go. I'm a member of the Webb family. I take pride in myself and my school. I promise to do these things every day. I will only say positive things about myself and others. I will respect and trust others. I will insist on giving my personal best. I will discuss and listen actively. I will expect and give truth and honesty. I am glad to do my part to make Webb School a place where everybody is somebody special. Make it a great day in the Webb. Make sure you are
Doing it right.
Have a really good day, Spiders.